Hi everyone, I wanted to make this video for everyone who's experiencing so much fear and feeling that like clamping down and how your body just kind of clamps down with tension and then it makes you feel more fear and then you've got to control and like that whole cycle of fear that leads to panic and overwhelm. For those of you who don't know me, I am a physician who's sharing about mind-body medicine to open your body to healing, to open your body as a way to manifest more love and light and abundance in your life, and to really connect with your body in a whole new way to allow your life to be created from a deeper space. So I had a session with a private client today, and one of the biggest themes was this fear and powerlessness. But these are really universal, and for so many of us, they're coming up with things happening in our life right now. And of course, this whole, epidemic with coronavirus, for her, it was a lot around her daughter and dealing with her ex-husband and the daughter and what's going to happen and the energetic like tug of war she's been in with him. But how much it was really about her own, her system would just go into this like clamp down that created a battle between them. And so she really, he didn't even have a choice. It's like when people feel that tension, there's a fight and they're going to react. And usually you're probably the most conscious one in the room. If you're listening to this video, there's a way that you've begun to realize your mind and body are connected and that you have power and that it's creating in your life. And she was certainly aware of how this was propagating the cycle with him, but in a really destructive way for herself and her daughter. And like I always share, especially for parenting, you can parent from love or you can parent from fear. You can live from love or you can live from fear. Your body is going to express that. It's going to feel it. It's going to manifest that, not only in your health, but in your life. So one of the really important things that I share that I want to bring you through in this video is when we remember that we're powerful, like I'm powerful, even if I'm still in fear, it sends a different message to my cells when I remember I'm powerful. Even if I don't know how to access that, even if I don't understand it, when I remember like, okay, somewhere underneath this, there's a different way than clamping down, tension, and control, which will always lead to more disease because it totally shuts down and overruns your immune system, so you're not resilient to things like the virus. And it also really kind of keeps the old patterns in place in your life and in your relationships because everyone is responding to you. And your body is electromagnetic, so it will literally send out that signal that gives people no choice but to like fight you or put you down or, to continue the cycles in your life where you're not getting what you need and then you feel more powerless. So one of the big things, and she had so much courage to meet this space, one of the big things that really shifted profoundly for her was she was finally able to look at, wow, there's so much fear. Wow, I feel so powerless. Instead of being in that fear and being the powerless, which just propagates the cycle. So I wanted to share in this video a way to just relax into it, breathe your body, to actually be willing to feel what you feel. And even as simply as just putting your hand on your heart, taking a few deep breaths and relaxing your body and acknowledging, I feel so much fear. I feel powerless. Now I know a lot of people have been taught affirmations and it's like, I don't want to affirm the bad thing. I want to affirm the good thing. Your cells are already getting this message. You're already playing the record of this. But if you can connect with it consciously and call it out, especially if you breathe into your heart and relax your body, it'll actually neutralize this pattern. Now, the reason this works is because your cells are registering not the words per se, but the energy behind them. So if you're in fear and you're like, let me just work harder, let me just try harder, let me just manipulate and make things okay, which is what control is, they're getting amplified. They're getting that amplified message. It's not okay, it's not okay. They're getting that fear message amplified. But if you can instead just take a few breaths and feel what you're feeling and acknowledge it, what you're doing is you're shifting that cellular message. Because when you're in the space of relax and breathe. When you're in the space of, I'm willing to feel what I feel, and when you're in the space of bringing your attention to your heart, this alone shifts your electromagnetics. This shifts your frequency. And so from that space, just acknowledging it's okay to feel this. Just acknowledging, wow, I appreciate that this is intense. Just acknowledging, wow, I feel so powerless, or, oh, there's so much fear, is the way to neutralize it and let that energy move. You're coming into a higher frequency, even though the fear is there. So it's a complete opposite way of trying to deal with this, because instead of trying to manipulate it, you're letting it move, which energy always wants to move. If you just relax and breathe, it will do this. And I also wanted to share, because I know so many women especially are dealing with, and everyone is dealing with, this fear and powerlessness, but specifically for women, I had created a program called Alive Women that we're running through April live. But I know for everyone who's joined, and for others who may want to be a part of that and work with me live, this is a big part of what's stopping our aliveness, of what's stopping us from experiencing what we feel and letting it move through, what's stopping us from really being present to what's in our body, because we've been told it's not okay and we gotta take care of everything and control. And we've been told, geez, that we're not powerful. Like, we haven't actually been taught how to access the infinite power that we have, and how amazing and profound it is when we relax and open, despite fear, despite powerlessness, despite grief, how it can really work magic in our lives and literally part the seas and create an entirely different circumstance, even when things don't seem like they're going to work out. For my client, she immediately began to see how she could allow other possibilities to be created in her life, and felt powerful and knew exactly what to do to allow that to happen. So it's clear your wisdom will guide you, but you've got to relax and let that in. So I'm adding this component to the work that we're doing live throughout the month of April, as a way to dissipate and release fear, as a way to embrace the fear, the powerlessness, the grief, all these things that we've lived with for so long, to let them neutralize so that we really access our power for good. And to meet these spaces of this transition, this global transition, and what's really happening. So we're going to add this into what we're doing in the course throughout the month of April. And so for those of you who would like to work with me, I will include the link here. And if you have any questions at all, you can reach out at support@drkimd.com. And I know there are a lot of women who are ready for this. It will very possibly be one of the most important investments you've ever made in yourself, to access this inner infinite power for yourself, for your world, for your loved ones, and for all of us, because it is profound what happens for everyone on the planet when one person awakens into a higher frequency. So if you know that you're done living in the paradigm of fear and you'd like my assistance and to join the Alive Woman program, subscribe or register. I'll include the link. It's at drkimd.com/retreat. This was part of the retreat program that I'd put together, and this is the online portion of it. That's why the link is /retreat. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I would love to assist you during this time. So much love. Know your power. Know that you are powerful, because that can immediately bring you beyond that fear. And even if you don't understand it, to let yourself know something new. And then just relax your body. So breathe into your heart. Let your body relax and just witness and call out what you're feeling. Find compassion for it. That is how the energy transmutes. That is actually what we're doing right now on a global level. So blessings to you through this process, and I look forward to seeing you soon.